Welcome to Mike's in It First. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, per usual, as always. I apologize for missing Tuesday night's show, but that's why we're set up for this one. So until 2 o'clock Eastern Time, we're talking all things what's hot in sports and what you might have missed in sports. Today, we're talking about the NFL Week 16, such as how the Chiefs came back against the Falcons and made the Falcons choke again. The Steelers and the Colts. What a game that was. The Browns had a blunder against the Jets, but was it their fault? We had the Cowboys. They're clicking at the right time. That's insane. Also, Packers blew out the Titans. And the Patriots got stomped by the Bills, but was it Bill Belichick's fault this year? The Patriots missed the playoffs. Also, we're going to talk about Steph Curry and the state of the Golden State Warriors without Klay Thompson and with the addition of James Wiseman. We'll also talk college football playoff preview. Also, Florida getting absolutely stomped by Oklahoma. Not saying I didn't see it coming, but I kind of did. And we're going to talk about Becky Hammond to start things off. This is Mike's in It First. Let's get to a commercial from DrinkAid, and we'll be right back.
DrinkAid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Before we get going with our main topics for the day, I want to get to Becky Hammond and LeBron James. Becky Hammond is a longtime assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs, and as the name would imply, she is a female. After Greg Popovich was ejected from a game last night, Becky Hammond and not Tim Duncan filled the void for the San Antonio Spurs, making her the first ever female, as expected, to coach in the NBA. Adam Silver has planned for something like this for quite some time. He says it will be a process, but things will get to that point. Now, granted, I don't believe you can just take females and hire them onto teams. I believe the teams have to already know and respect the female, and I hate saying that and being that guy, but I believe it's the 100% truth. You cannot just inject some female into a locker room and expect the guys to coincide. I know the NBA is more woke than leagues like the NFL and Major League Baseball, but let's be very clear. The NBA is still a locker room with a bunch of males. So be careful with that. But great job for Becky Hammond. She's already coached a couple G League championships. No, not G League, but Summer League championships for what that's worth, which is pretty impressive. And also, LeBron James turned 36 yesterday. He's already the greatest basketball player of all time. As a Miami Heat fan, I particularly enjoy watching LeBron James play. I was not mad when when the Lakers beat us in the finals. Lakers look good this year again. I cannot wait to see how things look from here on out with LeBron. And I made a series of tweets earlier that I want to get on this show. I said, barring a major injury, I see LeBron James playing until Bronny, his son, comes in the NBA and LeBron just retires with his head held high. I don't envision some broken version like we saw with Kobe or like we saw with MJ. Like, he'll just leave. And it'd be one thing if LeBron had looked slower by this point, but the only thing that can stop him is a major groin injury. Something tells me he is well aware and is working to prevent that. This dude invests over $1 million each year into his body. I know we've already heard that before, but that's huge for an athlete. And he's not just looking to make more money. He's looking to invest in his body, which will in turn make him more money. The dude's a genius. He's been smart since he got in the NBA. One of probably the best athletes in terms of head on his shoulders ever. And I'm not going to wish him happy birthday. I do not celebrate birthdays. But it's saying LeBron James had to talk about him because everybody else is. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? And if those of you who are listening here in Georgia, I'm not going to try to dwell on this topic. I want to more talk about Matt Ryan and the Kansas City Chiefs, okay? So the Falcons are up against the Chiefs, and this game was kind of back and forth. It was an ugly game. I picked the Falcons with the points, and I looked very right. The point spread was like 11.5 points. I picked the Falcons. It was a lot closer than even I myself imagined. And this game was a defensive match, which was very weird. Patrick Mahomes was good, but he wasn't Patrick Mahomes that we've come accustomed to until the last play when he threw it to Demarcus Robinson and got a touchdown. Basically, the game was over because Falcons then went down the field with Matt Ryan, and Younghoe Koo, who's been awesome all year, decides to choke a field goal. But you know what? We're going to try to stay away from that. We're going to look at, first of all, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are this team. We're finding out before our eyes there's going to be doubters of this football team. But make no mistake, they are the cream of the crop in the National Football League. There is no question about it. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to find ways to win games just like this. Now, granted, the play prior to Demarcus Robinson being wide open in the end zone was A.J. Terrell of the Falcons dropping an interception. And that was just the Falcons season. It was literally, I've seen guys drop interceptions right in their hands, right in their belly. This dude had fallen. This dude had fallen to the ground with a ball on his body, with his hands around it, and it somehow comes out. I do not understand how that happens. I don't know if it's just a Falcons thing. I don't like to believe in conspiracies or, fate or the football gods, but my goodness, that might make you want to believe in something, right? I mean, divine intervention is the only thing that could have brought that football out. It's like, what have we done wrong here in Georgia to deserve this? A.J. Terrell's a ball hawk, and he just drops it. I'm like, how in the world do you get an interception like that and drop it? But the Kansas City Chiefs earned this win. The Falcons should not have won this game, and it's a good thing they did not, because the world would have turned upside down against Patrick Mahomes. But Mahomes once again found a way. And yes, to me, he is the MVP, although we'll talk Packers in just a few minutes. That being said, as for Matt Ryan, once again, I asked Falcons fans, why are you mad at Matt Ryan? And I asked this question because I genuinely would like to wonder, what do you have a problem with Matt Ryan? And I hear a lot, he can't win the big game. But there's no really rhyme or reason to why Matt Ryan is bad. He doesn't throw interceptions late, although he's done it a few times this year. But Matt Ryan's never been a turnover machine. Matt Ryan has done great things with bad defenses, bad offensive lines, and yet the blame comes back on him. And I'd like to ask Falcons fans, why? Why is that a case? Are we that casual that we believe football is just the quarterback versus the defense? No, it's 11 on 11. While the quarterback is definitely 1A, everybody else is 1B, the quarterback is still one of 11 players on a football field for one side of the football. Matt Ryan led his team down once again, just a tie, just go to overtime, and Younghoe Koo missed it. He hasn't missed all year, it seems like, but he missed that one. It's unreal to think what Matt Ryan has gone through. Remember when the Falcons were up 28-3 and the Falcons got real conservative? People blame that on Matt Ryan. People blame it on Matt Ryan, and I'd like to ask you, why? Is Matt Ryan the most mobile quarterback? No, he's not. But Matt Ryan is definitely not incapable of throwing a football. He's a very good passer. And I feel sorry for people who genuinely think it's his fault, because I don't think it is. I want to say it's just Georgia football, but Falcons have never really been the cream of the crop. And I feel like Matt Ryan is the only reason they've been relevant for the last 15 seasons, or 12 seasons, or however long he's played, because he's been there. He's kept them at least competitive. It's not his fault they lose games like this. Like, he did his thing, and Younghoe Koo just chokes a field goal. It's Georgia football, man. The Cleveland Browns play the New York Jets, and I was in Buffalo Wild Wings for like the last half of this game, and it was actually pretty sad. So I'm watching this football game on like the tail end, like the fourth quarter. I had kind of seen updates all game, but I never really cared to watch it. And so I'm watching this game. This Browns fan next to me, and I live in Georgia, like I said. This Browns fan next to me is just like completely, like I couldn't tell if he was drunk, because when I talked to him at the end, he didn't seem tipsy, but he sure seemed drunk when he was watching the Browns game. Maybe it was just a Browns thing. I don't know. But Baker Mayfield, there's one play where he was like late in the fourth and they're trailing, and Baker Mayfield is 20-16 at this point, I believe. Baker Mayfield has all the time in the world. He steps up. The guy's saying, the fan is saying, run, run, run. And Baker just coughs it up, has no awareness that anybody could be coming near him, as if there was nobody trying to chase him. I don't know why. He drops the football. Jets recover. Jets get a field goal. Then Baker Mayfield once again gets the ball back. And Kevin Stefanski, who's a candidate for Coach of the Year, kept running the football. Just kept running the football. It's not like you didn't need a touchdown. You need a touchdown. Why are you running the football like 3 or 4 plays in a row? Well, Baker Mayfield runs for the first down, like quarterback sneak, loses the ball. Kareem Hunt picks it up and it's a first down. But guess what? The NFL has a bogus rule. And I genuinely felt sorry for the Browns fan and Browns fans everywhere. The NFL has this rule for God knows what reason, where if I fumble the ball, I have to pick it up. What? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I was watching the Chargers game last week, I believe on Monday night, or on Thursday night, whatever, when Justin Herbert falls into the end zone, and he loses the football, but somebody else can't recover it. Why can nobody else recover it? That doesn't make any sense. There's no competitive advantage for any side on why that should be a thing. I just would like to know, but the Browns... So the Jets are now 2-13. Or, yeah, because they beat the Rams pretty good, and the Browns, of course, came back down to brown earth. Realized, we still suck as a franchise. I don't know how you lose that game, but the NFL needs a serious check in the mirror to see what the heck is going on. As for teams choking and teams blowing leads, how about How about my Indianapolis Colts? Oh my goodness. Listen, okay? We lead the Steelers, who have lost 3 straight. We are up 24-7. Not just the third quarter, but with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Colts lead 24-7. The more I think about this, the more I cannot fathom the chances of this happening. Steelers do not just come back and win. They come back and score 21 straight before regulation even ends. How do you lose 28-24? It's not just the fact that we lost that game. It's the fact that the Steelers had 3 losses in a row. The fact that we didn't score any more points. I don't know how possible that is. I would like to know the percentage. Like Elias Sports Bureau, please come contact me. What is the percentage of games where a team has lost at least 2 in a row? They're down by 3 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter, and they came back and won in regulation. The odds of that happening were so astronomically low. And then Phillip Rivers. Oh, Phillip Rivers, I told you guys I cannot stand this dude. He's a loser. He will always be a loser in my mind. But here's what Phillip Rivers did. His comment, this is the exact quote from Phillip Rivers. This might be the last game I play. He then says, because you never know what's guaranteed for you. Man. Okay, so we now have to play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 17, correct? We have to play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 17, and by George, this is the game that we've lost. In Week 1, we set ourselves up for failure. Well, you think blowing 24-7 was bad. How about losing to the Jaguars, who literally have... Oh, wait, that's their only win this season. Their win came against us. They're now 1-14. If we win, we're most likely in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, the Titans were probably going to lose to the Packers anyways, and I'll get to that later. But I'm trying to figure out, Philip Rivers, it is your fault we are in this situation. And for this dude I don't know what the context of the question was, but this dude literally said, I don't know if this will be my last game. Bro, we have a chance to make the playoffs. You can play 3 more games. What is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, this is what we get for paying this dude $30 freaking million. I don't know if it's a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. If it's a 2-year deal, we're screwed. We're screwed completely. Give the keys to Jacob Eason. Go ahead and see how that works. See how that works. When I come back, we're talking Cowboys, Packers, Belichick, Haskins, and Curry. And college football. We're running out of time. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us, like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Sports is in full swing. The pandemic is hopefully close to over. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But the fact is, you can go to mybookie.ag, enter the promo code 12OunceSports when you sign up for a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Again, promo code 12OZSports, all caps and no spaces, for up to $1,000 first deposit bonus. Nobody does it like MyBookie and 12-Ounce Sports. Also, 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. Listen, guys, Christmas might be over. Doesn't mean you're done shopping, because I know you ain't done shopping. You still use Amazon like you've been using it all year. So go ahead. 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. It does nothing but help guys like us, like me out here at 12-Ounce Sports. That's all it does. Takes you straight to Amazon, no extra time, no cost to you, whatever. Do we owe Mike McCarthy an apology? Why in the world would I say that? Because the Cowboys, and even I did not pick them, so this is my sin at first. I understand that. But even I did not see this coming. Now, I may have bought into the Jalen Hurts juice recently. I've told you guys he cannot throw, and by George, he suddenly couldn't throw in the second half on Sunday. The Cowboys did not just win, they butchered the Eagles 37-17. Wow. This might have been the surprise of the week. Because the Browns are going to Brown, right? Cardinals were up and down all year. They were probably 1 year away. They lost to the 49ers, right? Chiefs found a way to beat the Falcons. But this game was not supposed to go to Dallas. And now Mike McCarthy looks pretty stinking good. He doesn't have Dak Prescott. I believe if they had Dak Prescott, they would have run away with the division. They have not had Dak Prescott. They've had Andy Dalton, and Ezekiel Elliott has been running on his last wheel. He's been running hard. They've been playing hard. For some reason, the Cowboys have a chance to make the playoffs. Hey, this is on you, Jalen Hurts, for losing that game, and Doug Peterson. The Green Bay Packers in a beautiful snow game. I think Derrick Henry forgot to run because the Titans lost the Packers 40-14. It wasn't even close. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and A.J. Dillon were monsters all night. A.J. Dillon scored not only his first rushing touchdown, but his second career rushing touchdown in the same game. They may have found a new secret weapon. Shout out to Glenn Kaplan of Glenn's Dynamic Sports Quarter for pointing that out. That may be a secret weapon moving forward, Mr. A.J. Dillon. But wow. Aaron Rodgers, to me, should not be the MVP. It should be Patrick Mahomes. But you know what? I don't care. If Rodgers wins it, more luck, more power to him. If Mahomes wins it, whatever. Derrick Henry forgot to run, and Titans got screwed. I've said all year, Ryan Tannehill has been really good, but because he can rely on Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got smacked. He still, I believe, almost had 100 yards, which is just insane. Like, I don't understand. Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Bill Belichick might be to blame. Is that possible? The Patriots are going to miss the playoffs. It's already set in stone. There's now a 0% chance for them to make it. No scenarios will play them. Can they play into this? But with this whole Tom Brady, Bill Belichick thing, Bill Belichick now looks like crap. You thought I would falter? You got punked. Guys, here's the deal. Okay, so Bill Belichick had like 8 key players opt out before the season even started. COVID-19 was not their friend, and they opted out. So that's like 8 players gone, or at least 4 starters. I forgot what the number was. Then he had to deal with Cam Newton, who you guys told me this guy was good. I told you he wasn't. But what do I know? What do I know? Apparently a lot more than you think I do. Cam Newton pooped his pants all year. It was absolutely awful. And now we're left with this. Bill Belichick's going to take the criticism. For once, it's the coach and not the quarterback. It's funny when people have narratives that they drive themselves with. Whatever. Dwayne Haskins is another guy I want to talk about before we move on to the NBA for a minute. Dwayne Haskins, after he was at a strip club, he played the next game, was garbage once again. He got released by the Washington football team. I want to know why we're giving Dwayne Haskins every excuse in the book as to why he can't throw a football. I told you guys before his career started in the NFL, he could not throw a football. You told me it was Daniel Jones. I told you you're wrong. You told me I was stupid. Look who looks stupid now. Dwayne Haskins is a guy who had a great offense at Ohio State. You could not have painted a better picture for Ohio State. 3 of the wide receivers drafted with him that year ran sub 4.4 at a 40-yard dash. That's like 3 Tyreek Hills on one team. So Dwayne Haskins has not been able to get his job. He's been known to be lazy, which I didn't even know that. He's not improved, he's gotten worse. And now, just because he went to a strip club, all of a sudden, it's not that he can't throw, it's 2 things. 1, he's a black athlete who's getting punked. And 2, he has personal demons. What? No, this isn't about that. This dude cannot throw. He told you and me before after the draft was over, he said that I'm going to prove these guys wrong. Well, you know what? Prove it, you loser. I've waited for this moment for years. I've been ridiculed on my show, on my Twitter, on my Facebook, because I told you guys Dwayne Haskins wasn't very good. And look who's laughing now. That's what you get. Dwayne Haskins, boy, what a college career Dwayne Haskins had. Am I right? It sucks to suck sometimes. And I'm happy. I don't know if I'm happy. Not that I was ever rooting against him. I was rooting against his fan base, who bought into the media. You know what? Mike said it first for a reason. We come back, we're talking Steph Curry and the college football playoff.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. The challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Reminder that mybookie.ag is your place to be. You bet, you win, you get paid. It's as simple as that. Promo code 12 Sports, promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. For up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus. 12sportsnetwork.com/Amazon costs you nothing, takes you straight to Amazon. Just gives guys like us at 12 Sports credit for you doing so. Thanks so much for tuning into this impromptu episode of Mike's Did It First. It's been a fun ride so far. We've talked about the Falcons choking. I feel bad for Matt Ryan, but Chiefs are just a really good football team. Cleveland Browns. I don't like the rule in the end, but they still came out soft against the Jets. The Colts with Phillip Rivers. What are we doing, bro? What's going on? You're our only hope. The Cowboys, maybe we owe Mike McCarthy an apology because of what he's been doing with his team and slowly but surely might win the NFC. Belichick is not to blame. Cam Newton and COVID-19 is for the lack of playoff appearance this year for the Patriots. Also, LeBron James is 36, and Becky Hammond coached an NBA game, although I do not want to see girls just pop into teams. I want to see them, more brought up in the organization. Steph Curry is going to be exposed this year for a guy who's a point guard, showing that point guards, unless it was Magic Johnson, cannot be top 10 all time. Steph Curry has never been a pass-first point guard like Chris Paul. He has never carried a team like Russell Westbrook has. Steph Curry makes a bunch of threes. Those threes don't fall. Everybody knows what they're about to do. You can beat this basketball team. But there is hope on the horizon. His name is James Wiseman. James Wiseman, this dude from Memphis, who was a weird, he opted out because he was taking benefits, which is just stupid. I don't know why young people do that constantly. You know the rules, so follow them. Come on, dude. But James Wiseman is showing to be the clear-cut number one favorite in this year's NBA draft class. He is like Chris Bosh, except better. The dude's an animal, and he looks to be better than Steph Curry already. I'm kidding. Guys, James Wiseman is the only hope for Steph Curry moving forward this year. Steve Curry and his team's going to get blown out multiple times. Steph might drop a 40 or 50 piece a couple times. But this team's future relies on James Wiseman, and my God, this dude's incredible. We'll take one more commercial break. After we do so, college football playoff. My goodness. Are the spreads, are they still accurate? A lot of people are buying into Ohio State now. Should you? I'm on a hot streak. You won't want to miss this next.
James A. Paxton here, weekly blog writer and host of The Media's Input, and this is 12 Ounce Sports.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
Fantastic. It's all this money, and that's it? We're okay with that? No. Baloney. I'm going to tell you what I think should happen.
The one, the only king on the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 760.
Talk about this every single week. Every single week somebody else is up for the document.
Everyone to Talking Miners.
We're getting new at this thing. Great start to the show, everybody.
I'm going to give you all 30 seconds to make sure you get your popcorn in your soda can.
Welcome in live to the 12 Ounce Sports Studios.
World Hockey Report live comes here on 12 Ounce Sports. Cody Jansen with you, joined with Cam
Jansen. It's the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime Kaplan. And I got the Anglers, the primetime Anglers on 12 Ounce Sports.
Smarter by watching the Captain Lou Extravaganza live every Tuesday night at 8 on the 12 Ounce Sports Network.
'20 is almost in the books, and so is my excited first for this year. I will be back on Sunday at noon Eastern on 12 Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. Zingo TV is a free app. 12OZ, 12 Cap O, Cap 0. It's free. Just let them know that we sent you. Got a lot of cool channels on there. World Channel 761. Okay. I have a little college football update. My picks, I've got 9 games correct so far, and I've missed 5 of them. So, recently, I talked about Liberty beating Coastal Carolina in a bizarre game. Oklahoma State did beat Miami. I thought Miami would win. They did not. Texas beat Colorado like I thought. Wisconsin beat Wake Forest. I chose Oklahoma to beat Florida. They absolutely annihilated Florida. And now I've got Mississippi State to beat Tulsa. And those two teams are playing right now. The other two games today, I've got San Jose State to beat Ball State and Army to beat West Virginia. Okay. The big games, of course, are tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern. We've got on ESPN the Rose Bowl between Alabama and Notre Dame. Notre Dame is still 20-point underdogs in this game. I still have Notre Dame with the points. Ohio State and Clemson are at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN for the All-State Sugar Bowl. Okay, so a lot of people are buying into Ohio State right now. I'm not sure why. I feel like a lot of people are starting to realize, okay, well, Justin Fields is not bad. Ryan Day's a great coach. But we're talking about Dabo Swinney, Travis Etienne, and Trevor Lawrence. So why are we all of a sudden buying into to the Ohio State Buckeyes? In fact, let's check the MyBookie real quick and see what's going on in college football. Let's see what we got going on here. Notre Dame is now 20.5-point underdogs, interesting, and Clemson is still 7.5-point favorites. I've got Clemson and Notre Dame with those points. And I'm picking, apparently, the odds on this one are not very good for me, according to what people are telling me. I feel like Clemson, they're just too good right now. Like, I love Ryan Day. I love the receiving core with the Ohio State Buckeyes. I also like Justin Fields a lot. But I'm just so big on Clemson, it's not even funny. Like, Clemson should win this game handily. I know a lot of people are saying, Ohio State, I get it, but they are vulnerable. They have not played a lot this year. As for Alabama, I feel like their defense is not as good as Clemson's. I feel that's why Notre Dame's going to come back. I personally said Alabama would beat Florida by 30. And they didn't do that. Now, Florida's better offensively, especially with Kyle Pitts, when he's playing, than Notre Dame is. But Notre Dame could score, 20. Notre Dame could score 21, 24 points. Maybe like, 40 to 24. I'm okay with that. I'll be fine with that. It's still going to be not a contest, but I feel like Alabama's going to kind of let their foot off the gas late, or they may start slow. Guys, they're really good. I get it. Najee Harris, Devontae Smith, Mac Jones. We'll see, though. We will definitely see. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are, too. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Comments on Twitter. MKADHD. It's happening. 2020 is almost done. Not that I care. I feel like people are big in the calendars, and I don't get it. Remember when they thought the world was going to end in 2012, but it didn't? Like, the changing of days does not change anything. You make the changes. This time last year, we were saying, I cannot wait for 2020. Now we can't wait to get out because it doesn't matter. Things are going to happen. The world's going to get ugly. But you have to work on you, and you have to work on how to fix things yourself. I want to be very clear. I deleted a tweet earlier, but I want to make sure that I make this clear when I say 2020, that the changing of a calendar day does not make anything better or worse. It's what you do with it. All right, guys. So hold on to that knowledge for just a minute. When we come back, we'll wrap it up, guys.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sports book, Click on your bet and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
All right, 2020, it's been real. This caps a 1 year for me on Mike Said It First. I have enjoyed every step of the way so far. We got to keep growing, man. We got to keep learning. And, one day does not change. But, it is still 2020. 2020 is still ending in a few hours. So, it's about to be 2 o'clock Eastern. I go to work at 3 o'clock. I won't get off till 10:15 tonight. So I can't wait to see you guys then. I'll probably be probably stalking away on Twitter, seeing what's going on. Don't do anything stupid. Stay safe tonight if you can, if you will. Remember to go to MyBookie. Enter promo code 12 Sports. Promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. Up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus. 12sportsnetwork.com says Amazon. You want to get somebody a New Year's gift or whatever? I don't know what you guys do. Just go to sportsnetwork.com, so it's Amazon, takes you straight to the website. It makes guys like me, Captain Lou, Mitch Bernstein, Philly Pete, Glenn Kaplan all look amazing. Thank you. Appreciate Cody Jansen for making this thing. He's from World Hockey Report, co-owner of 12 Sports, and I'm digging the backdrop. I'm digging the new look. Okay? Stay tuned. We're going to be all right. Until we meet again, guys, have an awesome one. Enjoy the rest of the year. See you next year. Sunday, 12 noon Eastern. I'm out.